versing in the background. Okie doke. I don't know what's beeping in the background, but hopefully people can hear us. We're live already. Welcome, guys, to another show. We got Thomas from Fleming Never Dies. How are we doing today, Thomas?
Very well today, thank you. Very well.
Good to have you on. Matt Spacer from Bond Suits and co-author from Tailors with Love. How are we doing today, Matt?
I'm doing well, Pete.
It's fresh in my mind because it's royalty check month. We need to get onto the publisher.
Yes.
Bottom left, we have Daniel Gaster. How are we doing today, Dan?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for joining us. Izuki's jumped on from Inspired by Bond. So how are you doing today, Izuki?
Hi, very good, very good. Still a bit high mood, yeah. Just finished off work.
Good. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. your time, right?
3 a.m. my time, yes.
Yeah, what's funny is we were just saying off mic that we're in this little WhatsApp group together, all of us, and because Izuki doesn't reply much because he's obviously working and has other things to do, I just assumed he left the group because you can do that privately now without letting the whole guys know, letting the whole group know. Right?
You don't have to make an announcement.
Right, yeah. So this is a live stream. We got the Tiki Bond is already saying hello. 0-11. Thanks for joining us. Justice Cello. Midnight Alley is here saying good vibes. We also have a special guest. Hold on a sec. Let me bring him in. On line number 6, we got views from Mark.
Hey. Good evening.
Oh.
How are we doing today, Mark?
Very well. Can you hear me okay? Because obviously when I'm in the waiting room, you guys can't hear me. I can't test the microphone, so hopefully it's okay.
You're all good.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, awesome.
Excellent.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, listen, let's get into it. We've got a hot half an hour coming up. We've got so much to get through. Beep. Yep, that's a starting gun.
Get the show started.
shall we kick off with Mason & Sons always seems to be top of the shop, right? They release something every Sunday, it seems, for the 60th. Dan, can I maybe bring you in here and ask you what do you think they've brought out and what is a hit and what is a miss?
So they brought out 2 items this week, both overcoats. So the first one they brought out is a reissue of their Chesterfield. So they did have a version of this out previously, but this is the Chesterfield worn by Sean Connery as James Bond in Dr. No with his midnight blue dinner suit as he's entering the office. It's a beautiful looking coat, I think. I mean, it's essentially the template. I mean, Daniel Craig's worn several versions of this as his version of Bond. There's the double-breasted version that Roger Moore wears in Live and Let Die. So it is a timeless piece, I think, in my opinion.
Matt, you got any thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I love this coat. I mean, it's like one of the most classic formal coats you can wear. There is a mistake in their listing that says 13 ounces. You can see it on the screen there that was copied from their website. It is not 13 ounces. I believe it is 17 and a half ounces that the other coat that they released is.
Let's have a look at the other coat, shall we?
Because 13 ounces would not be much of an overcoat.
Right, yeah. Does seem
I mean, these are top coat weight coats. They're not like a very heavy coat. And you can see that Connery's coat in this picture from Thunderball is quite a light coat. It's not all that heavy. Connery's coat would have been heavier. It was interesting because I talked with David Mason about the weight that the Navy coat should be. And he had, and I was saying I thought it should be a heavier weight. And David said that this weight is something that people in London wear. They don't need the very heavy coats. It's not like in New York where I could actually use a heavier coat in the middle of the winter. 17 and a half ounces and 500 grams it's a little lightweight for when it's well below freezing here. But London doesn't get like that. So these coats are perfect for London. But these coats are also all made to measure, made to order. You can order one from Holland & Sherry has some beautiful heavier weight navy coatings.
So, Matt, what are they doing here with regards to these coats? I mean, are they making this coat and then making many duplicates and made to measure? Or are they just saying, here's the prototype. If you want something like this, come on in and we'll make one for you like this?
That's exactly what they're doing. Right. They do not stock these. You can, I believe you can order them in a standard size, or you can You can have it customized. You can have it customized in any way you want. You can look through their cloth books and choose a different cloth if you want that. So there's a lot of options. But you can, and what they're showing you is what they think is, is like the closest to Connery's coat, and just a template and something that they recommend you could get. And I think that showing these coats to people, I mean, all the suits and everything, showing them is very inspiring. And Thomas, I think that's what they're doing. No,
sorry, no. I was just going to bring Thomas in here because I know you got a coat similar to this, like a top coat. So this is a look that you gravitate towards as well.
Yeah, mine is a wool cashmere blend as well. I think I've met you wearing it, and Daniel wearing it as well. And it's a Yorkshire wool. That's where I live, and so it's a local product. Yeah, when I first came back to the UK a few months ago, I had the problem that I had all these suits, so I couldn't wear them out because I get rained on, or they get kind of, the weather wouldn't treat them kindly. And so it was basically when I found this coat, I could put it over. Suddenly, I have the freedom to move around and wear suits wherever I like. And as Matt said, they don't have to be too heavy.
And only so you can spring up to Lazenby's lamppost without a ladder and get your pictures taken in this.
I think so. I think you've got enough movement in this jacket. Yeah,
enough flex. Mark, you got a new coat I saw by MPL.
Yes,
that you did an unboxing of. So, do we know? I mean, MPL also released this coat in their latest collection, or homage to this coat. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, and that I mean, it was David Zaritsky kind of curated my first viewing of that entire collection. The day that I met him for the first time when he was over for the 60 years of Bond celebrations, and yeah, I mean, I didn't try that one on, the overcoat, but it looked stunning, and I loved the detail around the collar and everything else. So yeah, I was quite interested when you sent me through some notes for what might be discussed today to actually take a look at the Mason & Sons website and just see. I mean, it's quite a collection that they've got now, like 3 pages worth to scroll through. But yeah, these overcoats are beautiful. May
I ask, the Thunderball overcoat, which is the grey herringbone. Again, this was on my wish list. I recently, Zed and I put a wish list together of items we thought that the brands might release, and this was on my wish list. So I'm glad that Mason & Sons have done this. But is this also the coat that's in From Russia with Love that he just basically holds over his arm?
It's similar. Very similar, but it's not the same. The From Russia with Love coat has peaked lapels.
Because we never really see him wearing it. It's just over his arm, so we never really...
Right. There's a behind-the-scenes photo or two of him wearing it. Actually, Mason & Sons have a picture of the From Russia with Love coat on their website, in their latest blog on the coats.
Interesting.
There's a picture of him being fitted by Anthony Sinclair in the From Russia with Love coat. It is beautiful.
It's good. Are you liking this look? This one that you go for?
This and the Thunderball coat I really like.
Yeah.
First thing I noticed when I saw the two was Mason & Sons are doing a great job of replicating especially with the fabric choices, they are doing a splendid job. One thing I'd say, what struck me the most, I am very detail oriented myself, I think, was the pocket placement of the coats, I think, personally. I think considering the lapel width, they probably put the flap width also to proportion, which when you compare it to Connery's may be just a bit off, but it might look a bit more contemporary than Connery's. Connery's is in a very extreme proportion, which I don't think it's meant to flatter everybody. It's meant to flatter him and no one else really, so that's perfectly fine. But I do like the newer version as well. It's very up to date, though that one point struck me a bit. Otherwise, not. Yeah.
Hey guys, do you remember me telling you, talking about Anthony Sinclair, that we figured that Meg Simmons thinks that the original tuxedo, not the coat, I should say, the original tuxedo was not done by Anthony Sinclair. I think I might have touched on this a couple of weeks ago. So Meg Simmons, the archivist for Eon, says, Bond's first midnight blue tuxedo wasn't Anthony Sinclair. And what a cliffhanger. I mean, that should have had the EastEnder Duff Duffs after that, because that was...
She's been telling a bunch of people this. You're not the
Right.
That's not the only one that she sold this to.
Okay, well, so when I met up with Meg at the Lock & Co event a couple of weeks ago, and I don't think I'm telling stories out of school here, but it was quite sweet because I was in the museum where all the hats were, and I was in there on my own, you know, just perusing and being nosy. And then Meg comes out of the door, like a little side door. I thought, oh, I've been rumbled. I'm in the museum on my own where I shouldn't be. And she goes, hello, Pete. How are you? I was like, oh, wow. I was really, for a start, I was actually really flattered that she remembered my name. And then she asked about how Roger is, my dog. And I was like, oh, it was really cool. So she was actually quite pleased to see me. And we got chatting about this. In fact, she brought it up. She goes, oh, did you see my message on Instagram? I said, yes, I did. So from what I gather, it's all about a telegram that they received back in the day. So according, they don't have the tux in the archives, I believe, but yet they have a telegram saying to Cubby Broccoli, or from Cubby Broccoli, to go and pick up the tuxedo from Ian Fleming's tailor, which is Benson, Perry and Whiteley.
Benson, Perry, Whitley.
Sorry, Whitley. Yeah. So anyway, it's all down to a telegram. Now, I know that's not an exact nailed on 100% fact that you can nail to the wall, but still semi-interesting. And I thought, well, at least we got to the bottom of what that is. Any thoughts on that, Matt?
Well, so was this telegram referring to the one for Sean Connery, or was it referring to one for Cubby? If it's a telegram to Cubby.
Well, I've not seen the telegram myself. And
yeah, that's what I'm curious about.
But from what I gather, it was a telegram from Cubby to go pick up the suit. But I might be I might be wrong there. I mean, then I started to have a few champagnes. And so something started to get a bit hazy. But I did remember that that was the upshot of it. It was all down to a telegram. Anyhow,
who knows what that could be about, though? It could be. It doesn't. Who knows if it actually is for the one that was on screen? Because the one on screen looks like an Anthony Sinclair dinner suit. I mean, the details of it, you know, to the length of the vents, the placement of the pockets, all matches up with all the suits that Connery wears in Dr. No. So
well, that was the argument, or the counterpoint, I should say.
Yes.
So worth considering, I think. Shall we move on from that? We got some. Well, want to talk a little bit about the Royal Warrants, because I bumped into Oliver the other day, who was, I think, the head cutter down at Benson and Clegg, and I said, how are you getting on down there? Benson and Clegg obviously did the tie for Roger in Live and Let Die, and the tie slide, and a lot of ties for Q, I believe, over the years. And anyway, I said, how are we getting on down there in the arcade? And he goes, oh, we've closed our doors, I'm afraid. I'm like, wow, oh, that's mega. But they have now become an e-commerce brand. I think, let me just read a little email. Thanks for your email. This is from Mark from Benson and Clegg. We're still going over here. We have adjusted our operation to be an online only, very much on the accessories rather than tailoring going forward. But as I say, still here, which is great. That they're still going. But my point is, I thought the Royal Warrants were supposed to protect bricks and mortar stores. Clearly, I was really wrong. Thomas, you might have a little bit of insight on this, no?
Yeah, so the Royal Warrant is there for those who provide goods and services to the royal households, but it doesn't protect them from bankruptcy. It has happened that companies have gone bankrupt before. It's not in perpetuity. It's for a limited period of time that has to be renewed. Obviously, if the warrant giver passes, they've got, I think, a couple of years to remove it. And we have had cases, I think in our lifetimes, one major one of a Royal Warrant being cancelled due to the behaviour of the owner of a business. But it doesn't give them any special guarantee. It simply lets people know that they're kind of a trusted brand, at least trusted by the royal family.
Ah, I see. I thought it was just like the ultimate top trump card. that you can just play down
In many
when the
ways, yeah.
when the landlord comes around for the rent. You're like, not in here, sunshine.
Aren't there
Basically, it's a
discussions?
certificate, and it's like, high five, I've got this. It doesn't have any monetary value.
Right. Sorry, Mark.
Aren't there discussions at the minute? I saw something on the news recently, I'm sure, where because of Her Majesty's passing, everything's changing now to obviously King Charles. And are the royal warrants that he issued as Prince Charles still valid? And, all these different kinds of things. I think we're going to see quite a few changes perhaps in the next couple of years as well.
That's right. And it affects around 850 products, 750 holders. And yeah, it's a time of change. That's expected. And they do come up regularly for review, but this is obviously a major review. So we could see many kind of slowly phasing out their royal warrant effectively. If it gets cancelled, you do have time to adjust. So there will be an adjustment period.
Dan, you put together a list of the Bond brands that have the royal warrant. I screen grabbed it. I hope I haven't left any out here.
No, that's the one. I mean, I took a very quick look at this a few weeks ago, just trying to identify Bond brands, and these are both Bond brands from the film and from the books.
Right.
And there are various different warrants for different reasons. So Benson and Clegg, for instance, is for essentially for buttons and military items. Is the reason that they hold their warrant. And there were 3 warrant types that I found, which was Duke of Edinburgh, Prince of Wales, and Her Majesty the Queen. So I'm imagining that we'll get a King Charles Queen Consort, maybe, and would it be Prince of Wales, Princess of Wales?
Probably just Prince of Wales and Queen Consort. But we had obviously the Queen Mother before that, so we did have 4 going at one time. But with her passing, obviously that was phased out.
Interesting. I love that little list you put together, Dan. Mainly because, Tiptree's on there for a start. The jam, the oldest jam in all of England, I think.
I'm surprised Globetrotter's not on there, because I'm sure they've done luggage for the royals, have they not?
It's possible that I missed it, but we could always check the website again to see if they're on there. But
they're all great brands. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just surprised.
You're gonna have to do some more quiet digging, Daniel.
Okay. There was something that surprised me on there. Was just seeing that there are non-British brands on there too, like Bollinger and Sony. And that was a surprise to me that mostly British brands.
Yeah. So
yeah, there's a debate in Parliament where they talked about this being like a stamp of Britishness on many products, and that's how it's seen around the world. But it really is by appointment too. If they are the supplier of a good or service, but not a professional service, you can't have a lawyer the appointment to, for example. But goods and services, yeah.
Well, that's fascinating, guys. We've got to get. I've got to figure out a way of changing subjects so it's not. That's fascinating. Let's talk about something else.
I used to have a klaxon in the office I worked. I just used to go whoop whoop, changing the topic.
We need something like that over here. But I mean, well, you should do this more in depth on your show, Thomas. If you take requests, like I know you do, you can perhaps cover this and get Dan on to go through all the research you two have compiled.
You've been volunteered. Thank you, Dan.
just putting Dan up for
getting shipped out.
Exactly, just pawning him out is fine. Guys, well, there you had the prop store auction had finished over the weekend. I know that we had one of the suits from GoldenEye go up, and wow, look at that, it went for 12.5. I thought it would have gone for more. Now we have
Raccoon Ezekiel.
Yeah, Ezekiel. Was this one that he's had that one done though, hasn't he?
Oh yes, that was. Oh my gosh, I can swear out of everyone here, apart from Matt, perhaps this suit This has used to be my screensaver. I've watched this, I've had pictures of it everywhere. I've watched it, I watched the movie 100 times. I've studied this suit to hell, and to the extent that yes, I'm the only one here, I'd say, to actually have gone to Brioni with a fellow friend on Instagram called Raccoon007, who went to Brioni, Japan, and actually took the luxury of remaking the suit with the exact same specs, and yeah, this and a number of other Brioni things that I have not gone around to writing about. Raccoon's faithfully produced, and this was the first one.
But you've chronicled them so well, Izuki, for the blog, and you could have actually made your own book. I mean, the blogs are so long, you could have just released a novella out of all these. But yeah, you can check all of those out over on the website. Containers of Love. No, don't write more. But I figured, Matt, go on you.
You know something about this suit? I don't know. I mean, they made so many of these suits for the tank chase, but there was one. It was one of these suits, and maybe it was the same one. Was up for auction a little while ago at Bonhams, and I'm looking at their auction listing now, and it did not sell. This was in March of 2007, and I don't know if maybe it sold in another auction. I don't know if this one was up for auction multiple times.
I think it was. Actually, I think I've seen it before.
Because this was available back in 2007 at Bonhams, but I don't think it sold then.
Do you think it goes down in price like real estate if you have it on the market too long? Like, I mean, I know in this auction they put stuff back on that haven't sold in the last auction. Mark, you got any insights with Stephen Lane down at Prop Store? You got him online one?
No, I'm afraid not. No, I have no connections with Prop Store. No, I don't know. I mean, you say that. I was quite surprised at the wide variation of prices of the Christie's auction. Some of the costumes there that I thought would go a lot higher didn't, and one of the ones that went I thought would be quite low, just 80 grand or more, just crazy. So if I could have a crystal ball that could read what these items will go for eventually, I'd be very happy, but very strange.
So I brought up my blog on this suit where I actually had mentioned a number of auctions that this had been at.
Hot take.
So so it's after it did not.
Wait, Matt. Wait.
What?
I find a computer indispensable. I find a computer indispensable.
Okay, so this one, so after it didn't sell in 2007, it came back up for auction in 2009, and it sold for £2,640, which is a bargain. And then was also at Prop Store just 3 years ago in 2019, and it sold for £10,000.
Okay, so the stock's going up. How about we have a look at some of the other Bond items that went up for auction, and we'll go around the room. You guys can guess a price, and then we've done this before. So, for example, my logo's covering that up. Sorry, the James Bond Diamonds Are Forever. I'm guessing this is one of the sketches by Ken Adam. It was estimated to go for $3,000 to $5,000. Thomas, what do you think this went for in the end?
10.
Okay, Thomas goes for 10. Matt,
doubling the highest.
It's a beautiful piece. Not many people can draw things like this, let alone imagine it. Matt's lost in 4. He's going to have to go. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay, so I will say £4,000.
4,000. Oh, okay, modest. Mark, you'd like to have this on your wall. What would you put your hand in your pocket for?
I would love to have this on my wall. I thought you were going to do it like Bruce Forsyth, which won't mean anything to the Americans on the stream here, but higher or lower. Price is right. I'm going to say, can I have another look at it? Sorry.
Yeah, 1 sec.
I'm going to say...
Let's have a look. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Oh.
Does it say how big it is as well?
Okay. I'm going
to say about 7,500.
It's probably actual size, the size of a stamp.
Yeah, stamp.
It's 1-to-1 as
7,500, not including like all the taxes or whatever they put on. I don't know.
7.5. Dan,
I'm gonna go 5,500.
5. Okay, Azuki.
Wait, is this the Kai Cairo scene, or is this the
the first one right after the gun barrel?
Right. The gun barrel, yeah.
All right, so it is the Kai Cairo scene.
It's the moment before that. This is in Japan.
The moment before that. Oh, right, yeah, that's before they go to the casino. First scene. Six grand.
Okay, 6 grand. All right. By the way, we've got a few more of these to get through, so we'll have to choose. Okay, we've got it went for 37K.
Wow.
Thomas,
Wow.
you are 1-0 up. You're going to have to keep your own scores here.
I am invincible.
You are invincible. That is. Did it not
33
sell?
bids.
The map is actually life size. Hey, Phil got the reference there. Life size.
Yes.
Something, darling. 1-to-1. Sorry again. I'm not sure how many American. Okay, the next one. We have James Bond number plates. Wow, estimated between 80 and 120K. That is pretty special. Let's go reverse this time. Izuki.
This 300,000.
300,000. Love it. Dan, how much would you have this on your car?
I wouldn't.
Oh, too tacky.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm going to go 80.
80K. Yes, Mark, you like this?
You'd have to have more money than sense, I think. Very nice, but I would say some people do have more money than sense. 350,000, maybe.
Yes, Matt. You drive, Matt. You
drive. I drive. But I don't have a car that I drive.
Okay.
I just pick up taxis from in Paris.
Power move. Good job.
And so I would say I'm gonna say 80,000.
80K. Oh, okay. Thomas.
I'm going lower.
I'm going to go with 0 minus 11 and say did not sell.
Oh.
Yeah, you go on
Okay.
the outlier there.
Very clever. I like that. I like your thinking. It did actually go for 87K.
Oh,
I was so
Who got
close.
that?
That's
Who
me.
got
Right?
that? Matt, you got 80. Dan, did you say 80 as well, though?
I did say 80 as well, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you
sorry.
both said- okay, you
I
get
forgot
half a
that.
point each.
I know.
imagine putting that on a family car. You'd literally have number plates worth more than the car.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Any
yeah.
car, yeah.
Or any car.
It's if you need an Aston Martin that costs more than that.
I'd like to see it in the next Bond film, though. It would be, hiding in plain sight. Casino in
Well,
this.
it doesn't say B. It's not a B though. It's an 8.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
yeah,
they'll never know.
They'll never know. Inconspicuous. Something
like one of those-
inconspicuous.
Some of those brilliant cover names like James Stock or
Okay, guys, we got just a couple more to get through because we've got lives to get on with. Oh wow, the helmet, Sean Connery's helmet. I've labelled this at. That's a dangerous thing to tag. 60 to 100 grand for the little Nelly pilot helmet, right? From You Only Live Twice, with the GoPro at the front. Let's see, Thomas, your turn.
160. I'm going to go high on this one. I'd
Matt,
small
what's your
price to
vibe?
pay.
What's your vibe?
I'm gonna say 200.
Ooh, 200 from you, Matt. By the way, I know this. I think James Bond Lifestyle. I think Remit publicised the ball on his page, so I'm pretty sure everybody knows this one. But Mark,
I don't remember.
I've not seen any of them. What was the estimates again? Sorry.
Let's
It
have
was
a look.
between
The estimates were 60 to 100. Yeah.
I'll
That's
say
amazing, isn't
125,000 pounds.
Okie doke. Dan, where's your head at on this?
175?
175. Izuki, how much did Raccoon bid for this?
All right. I think he should have gone for 200.
He should have gone for
He
200.
should have gone
Well,
for 200, I think, yeah. He would be the only one in the room to afford it.
Okay, the big reveal. Hold on, let's see how much this went for in the end. 93K.
Oh.
Bargain.
Who said 125? Was that you, Dan?
That's me.
I did. No, yeah, I said 175.
Oh, Mark, was it you that said 125? You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a point, my
Well,
friend.
if we're going prices right rules, we are all over.
Yeah, well, we always discuss how we should do this properly next time. Okay. Well, I think we'll have to call time on that because I've got to go out and get some dinner. Thanks for jumping on. Let me get rid of this thing in the background here. God, let me get rid of Sean's helmet there. Thanks for everyone joining on the live stream with the chat as well. Sorry I didn't get to show them all up. The Tiki Bonds in the background as well. We had Ken Stoffer there, my friend. He'll be on the show this Friday as we talk about the Watcher and Dharma, all the clothes from that, because it was done by the same guy. They're number 1 and 2 in Netflix on the chart right now. I do have I got a quick plug. I forgot all about the quick plug. Sorry, this is a razor that we're giving away for the newsletter. All you got to do is go over from tailorswithlove.co.uk, sign up to the newsletter. It's worth 150 quid. And if you go over there and you can't wait for your name to be drawn, then there's a discount as well for my readers, for our readers, I should say. It's for everyone. Just go from tailorswithlove.co.uk, head over to the newsletter. There'll be more information. And if you've already subscribed, just stay subscribed, because your name just gets re-put in the hat every time. But great brand, great guy, friend of the show. In the meantime, Thomas, what have we got coming up on your podcast?
Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh,
yes. Coming out tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Nice. All right.
I asked a group of experts about it, got over 150 comments, so I've only pulled out the very best for this podcast.
Jesus, that is true leveraging for that content. That is British Albion Never Dies, a podcast and YouTube channel. Fleming Never Dies on Instagram. Matt, what we got in the pipe?
Well, I just published an article today about odd waistcoats, just like the one that Sean Connery wears in Goldfinger when he visits the office.
Oh, and what about the one in Thunderball as well, the Edwardian one?
No. I'm talking about ones that do not match the suit.
Ah, I see. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so with, ones you wear with morning dress as well.
All right, I need to know about that. I'm going to head over there. Mark, you've done the unboxing for the Nehru coat, right?
I have done that. There is a part 2 coming up on Sunday, though, because there were 2 boxes that were delivered. So that was the first. Second is on Sunday, and then tomorrow I'm filming something that I'm really excited about. Another one, but I can't say anything just yet.
And where can people hang out with you?
Down the pub, if they want. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously, Burlington Arcade, I'm usually there at some point. No, Views from Mark is my handle, all one word, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, although, I don't really get that, so.
Neither do I. God damn it. It's so hard to get Facebook off the ground for me. Dan, what's going on with you, Dan?
Well, I've just written an article on the Massimo Alba trousers from No Time to Die. So that's been released last week. I think you put it out.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's over on the blog, and people should check it out because it's a great review. 2 of the trousers as well. Great to get the comparison. And Azuki, what's happening, man? We haven't caught up. It's been years.
It's been literally years. Well, no, but I have 4 articles and 2 videos, all Brioni related, coming up. I'm working on them, and I'm planning to work on them, finish them all till December. So there'll be a lot more from me coming up in a bit.
The anthology. Oh, great!
Forward to that.
And we can hang out with you on your Instagram, Inspired by Bond.
Yes, that's my handle name. I post when I can.
Yes, and you can see he hangs around little towns with
little
tiny cars and buildings. Love it.
Buildings.
I need to go there and feel too. Okay, all right, guys. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and until next time. Cool. I better end the broadcast and go get some dinner. And you guys got to get on with your lives. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ciao.
So enthusiastic. Love it.